Howdy, howdy. They call me the Huff, and today we're gonna take a quick look at Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Hashtag FE. FE stands for Fire Emblem, but don't get too caught up on that, because that doesn't matter. What does matter is that at its core gameplay level, this kind of comes across as a reskin of Persona 4 3, except for the whole dating sim thing. They didn't feel like that needed to go in here. Which, you know what? Cool. I'm okay with that. But instead of just a group of normal Japanese teenagers who use their secret special powers to save the world after dark, we have a group of famous Japanese teenagers who use their special secret powers to save the world after dark. And, I guess in some people's minds that makes this fundamentally different from other games like it. Now, one thing that becomes just blatantly obvious from the moment you boot this up, just whoever brainstormed this game, and we're talking from before the boardroom session, we're talking like dudes sitting on the train on the way to the office one day because he's got to go to work and he's trying to brainstorm games. He's like, I've got an idea, fan service. So from the very beginning of this game's thought process to the very last rendering of boob jiggle physics, you've just got nothing but blatant, painful fan service. And you know what? It's alright. So let's take a deeper look at Tokyo Massage Sessions. Hashtag happy endings. Alright, so before we go any further, they're probably gonna be spoilers. I don't know what spoilers they're gonna be, but they're probably gonna be in here. Also, confession, I have not completed the game yet, but in true American fashion, I don't have to, have a full understanding of something to start bitching about it. So, that's where we are now. Okay, let's start with the premise of the game. The premise of the game is, as previously stated, a group of famous Japanese teenagers use their special secret magic powers to save the world. It's not after dark, like I said before. It's actually during broad daylight. But, basic idea is, it's Persona, only instead of a Persona, you have a Fire Emblem character. And the game was kind of advertised. It's like, hey, there's a lot of Fire Emblem influence in this game, but it's strictly cosmetic. It's like, hey, your main player character's persona is Chrom from Fire Emblem Awakening, and it's not even really Chrom, it's just a guy named Chrom, from what I can tell. Tiki, the dragon whatever girl, she is Igor, basically, and that's the sort of situation you've got here. Now, your characters are all various breeds of Japanese idols, which I guess is a thing. I'm not a weeb, I don't freaking know about this shit. But what I do know is that apparently they take, being an idol is a thing. In America, it's not really a thing. We got what, fucking Britney Spears or the Kardashians? Most people don't care about that. I don't know if more people care about it in Japan. I'm not Japanese. Fuck you. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that your characters, instead of your freaking midnight hour, whatever, Sears or Seeks or fucking whatever it was in Persona 3, or your investigation group, it is a talent agency, and that is just delightful, and by delightful, I mean tedious. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and shit on the game the whole time. I'm gonna say right now, I enjoy the game thus far. It's fun, but the premise is just, for the 8 of you that played Persona 4 Dancing All Night, it's that same basic kind of idea where it's just, it's dumb, and it's stupid, and it's stupid, and it's dumb. And as long as you know that going into it and you don't get too hung up on it, you'll be fine. Now, the plot is, you've got some evil spirit, and it is also named after a Fire Emblem character. And he's trying to take over the world by stealing people's creative energy. And if this sounds a whole lot like the plot of Persona 3, you are exactly right, my friend. Anyway, that's what you've got there. And that's pretty much it. And you go through dungeon after dungeon, preventing people from getting their, get this, it's called a performa. The energy that the enemy is siphoning out of you is called a Performa. Totally not just a reskin of Persona, though. It's totally different. It's a different game. Totally different. Totally different. Your characters. It is missing the important, like, if you're gonna be a reskin of Persona 4, you should at least have the Kung Fu waifu, and she's not in here, and there isn't, like, a character exactly like it in here, and that's very disappointing for me, because Chie is life, Chie is love, and I will fight you over this shit. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. The point I'm trying to make is I'm trying to get started on my character. That's where I am on my bulleted list. Your character does not have a character. Fucking you had more character. Just your character's a blank slate. And in a game surrounding the idea of a bunch of different idols being performers and being interesting, your character intentionally does not do anything. And that's weird. You've got your one dude friend character, and he's real hothead, and then you got your one chick friend character from school, and she's, you know, not super self-confident, and then you got your one aloof chick character, and she's just like, it's not like I want you to support me, but Baka or fucking whatever they do. And you got one stuck-up asshole, but it turns out he's just really insecure and blah, 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 blah. You played a JRPG. You know these characters. Fucking, you don't need me to explain it to you. So yeah, those are your characters. That's, yeah. Now, I'm gonna look at your battle system. Battle system is very similar to your Persona games, which from what I gather is very similar, or is the same as like your Mega 10 whatever games. I'm not gonna pretend to try to pronounce Shin Megami Tensei fucking whatever. I don't know. I don't speak Japanese. Oh hey, that's something I should probably address. Go ahead, just listen to all this. That's right, not a goddamn word of English spoken. Okay, there's some English spoken in this game, but it's not like normal English. It's just like your standard Japanese fare of, come on, or let's go, or alright, because that's what English sounds like. This game does not have an English dub. If that's a deal breaker for you, keep your money. I didn't know that when I bought it, so I kind of got roped into it, but I did no research before buying this game, so I can't complain about that. No joke, I bought this game thinking there was an element of a rhythm game to it, so I can't really bitch about that. But I should probably state, not using that as evidence against the game in this review, or look at, whatever. My lack of research is not the game's fault. So the game is more like your more recent Mega 10 whatever games. You control every character, and that really limits a lot of the frustration that you may have experienced if you were playing like Persona 3 on the PS2, where your AI partners are just fucking morons. They're fucking charm spells, and stop it. Stop trying to charm them, it doesn't work. Anyway. So this game does have an interesting thing, a combo system. As you would expect from this franchise, the whole point is you exploit your enemy's weakness. In this game, what happens when you exploit the weakness is it starts with this game calls a session, because they had to work the name session into this whole deal somewhere, right? Anyway, so you're looking at it right now. If you hit an enemy's weakness, each of your other party members will attack it as well, and you can link them together using passive powers. So you can get like through one attack, you can actually get like up to 6, or through using another mechanic, just like 18 or whatever attacks on the same enemy, and you're gonna want to, because just one hitting at a time, these guys, not gonna work out for you. Anyway, So one thing, since the premise of the game is, oh hey, you're Japanese idol, you're not just gonna get to see special attacks. No, you're gonna be trying to play the game like a normal person, and you're gonna say, hey, I want to cast an ice attack on them, or something like that. And your special attack is gonna end up looking something like this. And it's cringeworthy. Like, don't let your friends see you playing it, I guess. Fortunately, these are skippable. You hit the B button, and it's all fucking over. And so you don't have to look at them all the time. But if you are like me, this sort of thing just kind of makes you want to gouge your eyeballs out. Because this is not something I want to look at. However, decent production value, I guess. I mean, it looks neat, but I mean, I'm more of a metalhead, so this J-pop just ain't really doing it for me. We'll get back to that point in a second. What we're going to talk about right now is this game's version of managing your personas and buying your weapons and all that. It all has to go through this Tiki character who you probably recognize from Fire Emblem, because that's how this game is related to Fire Emblem. Anyway, so you unlock certain things throughout, maybe find them in a chest, you maybe have a side quest with the character. Anyway, you unlock the ability to go through stuff, and then, oh hey, you just got a power up for your character. Maybe it increases, you know, their max health by 10%. Maybe it lets them withstand a physical attack without dying once a battle. But the point is, when you do it, you know, shit like this happens. And like what you just saw, and you can skip it, so it's not so bad, I guess. But it's similar in function, if not form, to like fusing personas and stuff. Instead of, you know, making personas, you make weapons, and you earn your magic and your skills off of your weapons instead of them being attached to your personas or whatever. And it works kind of like some other RPGs you may have played, where, you know, you equip a weapon, you gain experience with the weapon, you learn the skills off the weapon, and once you learn the skills, you have it, and then you can equip something else. So that's pretty much what you expect from there. Now, that is more or less all I have to say at this very quick look. However, I want to bring attention to one other thing. This guy, Barry. Now, Barry is a relatively minor character. He's just your trainer. You see him in cutscenes occasionally. He teaches you how to sing. He teaches you how to dance. And fucking whatever. Nobody really cares. But this dude's backstory is he was a guitarist in a well-known metal band. Or, I'm sorry, just a well-known American rock band. And he decided to quit that band, move to Japan, and go full-on weeb. And he is a fanboy for an anime made for little girls. And it's really just an embarrassment. And there are a few different guys that he could be modeled after. However, there is one piece of evidence that makes it very obvious who this is. And it's this. Terradeath. I mean, clearly it's Megadeth. It's Marty fucking Friedman. They ruined Marty Okay, I get that Marty Friedman already did this. Okay, let me back up a moment. Okay, for those of you who don't know who Marty Friedman is this guy. Marty Friedman is this guy. But, according to this game, Marty Friedman is this guy. And, okay, I get it. Marty Friedman did actually decide to quit or leave Megadeth and move to Japan. And he's done some cool stuff. He's apparently primarily done, like, anime intros. He does the guitar work on the soundtrack to Bravely Default, which is amazing. But, I don't know, I'm a little bit, I don't want to say offended, but I'm upset that basically my hero is being thrown in a dog costume and made to worship adolescent Japanese girls in this video game. So that's my beef with that. Alright, well that's pretty much all I have to say about this. I've spent the last 15 minutes or so shitting on this game, so what do I have to say about it? If you're okay with no English voiceovers, I say buy it. If you're not okay with that, then I'd say don't. I would say that it's not worth the 60 or 50 whatever dollars without an English dub, but you might disagree. This game's primary demographic is people who would have changed the game to the Japanese voice acting anyway, so I don't really blame them for not making their money, or for not spending the money on doing that. That said, though, it's a fun game. If you like the gameplay of Persona 4, then you'll probably like this. It's a little bit different, but it's similar enough. It's fan service. It's nothing but fan service. It's Fire Emblem fan service. Mostly it's booby fan service. This is approaching Dead or Alive levels of just painful fan service. But I mean, I keep playing it, so it can't be all bad, right? Anyway, so those are my thoughts on the game. If I had it to do all over again, I'd probably wait till the price dropped to about $30 and then spend that on it and not have any regrets. So yeah, that's what I've got going for me. I hope this is helpful to someone, and be sure to check out some of my other videos. I don't know, maybe give me a like or a comment or a subscribe. I don't know. I ain't telling you how to live your life. You do you. I'm just gonna keep sticking around here, and I'ma keep listening to Megadeth, remembering the good times. Yeah, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. That's what I got. 7.5 out of 10. Good job, guys.